Recreational drugs are substances people use for pleasure or relaxation. These substances can range from legal items like alcohol and tobacco to illegal drugs like cocaine and heroin. The reasons people turn to these substances are varied and complex. They are not meant to treat medical conditions. Instead, they are often used to alter one's state of mind or to enhance social experiences. Alcohol, caffeine, and tobacco are examples, but they are legal in many places. These substances are widely accepted in social settings and are often part of cultural traditions. Other drugs like cocaine and heroin are illegal in most countries. The use of these substances is often associated with significant legal and health risks. People use recreational drugs for many reasons. Some seek the thrill of a new experience, while others may be looking to enhance their enjoyment of social activities. Some want to feel good or escape from problems. The temporary relief or euphoria provided by these substances can be appealing to those facing stress or emotional pain. Others are curious or influenced by friends. Peer pressure and the desire to fit in can play a significant role in the decision to try drugs. The effects of drugs vary. Different substances can produce a wide range of physical and psychological effects. Some make people feel happy and energized. These stimulants can increase heart rate and create a sense of euphoria. Others cause relaxation or hallucinations. Depressants and hallucinogens can alter perception and create a sense of calm or even surreal experiences. The way a drug affects someone depends on the drug itself, the dose, and the person's individual body chemistry. Factors such as age, weight, and overall health can influence the intensity and duration of the drug's effects. It's important to remember that using drugs always carries risks. Overdose, addiction, and adverse reactions are potential dangers that can have serious consequences. Some drugs are highly addictive. This means that repeated use can lead to physical and psychological dependence. This means people can become dependent on them and have trouble stopping, even if they want to. Withdrawal symptoms and cravings can make quitting a difficult process. Society often struggles with how to view recreational drug use. Opinions vary widely, and the debate is often influenced by cultural, moral, and political factors. Some people believe all drugs are dangerous and should remain illegal. They argue that strict laws and enforcement are necessary to protect public health and safety. Others think adults should have the freedom to choose what they put into their bodies. They advocate for personal responsibility and the right to make informed decisions. There are also debates about the best ways to address drug addiction. Should the focus be on punishment or on providing help and support for people who are struggling? Should the focus be on punishment or on providing help and support for people who are struggling? Many believe that a compassionate approach, focusing on rehabilitation and support, is more effective. These are complex issues with no easy answers. The balance between public safety, personal freedom, and effective treatment is a challenging one to achieve. Understanding the impacts of recreational drug use requires a balanced look at the science, the social factors, and the personal stories involved. Only by considering all these aspects can we hope to find effective solutions and support those affected by drug use. Throughout history, certain drugs have become closely associated with particular cultural movements. These associations often reflect the broader social, political, and artistic contexts of their times, creating a complex tapestry of influence and expression. In the 1960s, LSD, a powerful hallucinogen, played a significant role in the counterculture. This era was marked by a profound questioning of societal norms and a desire to explore new realms of consciousness. Young people used LSD to explore altered states of consciousness, seeking to break free from the constraints of conventional thinking and to experience the world in a radically different way. They questioned societal norms and embraced peace and love, forming a movement that sought to transform society through these ideals. Musicians like Jimi Hendrix and the Grateful Dead incorporated psychedelic experiences into their music, further solidifying LSD's connection to the era's spirit of rebellion and artistic experimentation. Their music became a soundtrack for a generation seeking to redefine reality. The 1980s saw the rise of cocaine, a stimulant drug, as a symbol of wealth and glamour, particularly within the fast-paced party scene. This period was characterized by a focus on material success and hedonistic pleasure. Cocaine, with its energizing effects, became popular among Wall Street executives, celebrities, and those seeking to embody the decade's materialistic ethos. It was seen as a way to enhance performance and maintain the high-energy lifestyle that defined the era. The drug's high cost fueled its association with success and exclusivity, making it a status symbol for those who could afford it. However, it also contributed to a growing awareness of the potential dangers of addiction and overdose. The dark side of cocaine use became increasingly apparent as stories of its destructive impact emerged. In the 1990s, heroin, an opioid drug, took center stage in the grunge movement. This subculture, originating in Seattle, was marked by a sense of disillusionment and apathy. Originating in Seattle, grunge music reflected a sense of disillusionment and apathy. The raw, unpolished sound of grunge bands resonated with a generation that felt disconnected from mainstream society. Heroin, with its numbing effects, became tragically intertwined with this subculture. It was often used as a means of escape from the harsh realities of life. Iconic figures like Kurt Cobain, the lead singer of Nirvana, battled heroin addiction, ultimately succumbing to it in 1994. His struggles with the drug were well documented and became a symbol of the darker side of the grunge movement. His death served as a stark reminder of the devastating consequences of heroin use. It highlighted the tragic impact of addiction on individuals and the broader community. These examples illustrate how drugs can become entangled with cultural trends and movements. They serve as a lens through which we can understand the values, struggles, and aspirations of different eras. They reflect the attitudes and values of a particular time and place, offering insight into the collective psyche of those who lived through these periods. However, it's crucial to remember that these associations are complex and often oversimplified. The relationship between drugs and cultural movements is multifaceted, involving a range of social, political, and personal factors. Reducing an entire cultural movement to a single drug ignores the broader social, political, and artistic forces at play. It's important to consider the full context to truly understand the impact and significance of these movements. Drugs interact with the intricate workings of our brains, influencing the way we think, feel, and behave. These interactions lead to a cascade of effects throughout the body, altering our physical and mental states in profound ways. Understanding these chemical interactions is key to comprehending how drugs influence mood, behavior, and overall health. By studying these effects, scientists can develop better treatments for addiction and mental health disorders. Let's delve into the specific ways 4 commonly used drugs impact the brain: cocaine, LSD, MDMA, and heroin. Each of these substances interacts with the brain in unique ways, leading to distinct experiences and consequences. Cocaine, a powerful stimulant, exerts its effects by increasing dopamine levels in the brain. This surge in dopamine is what gives cocaine its potent euphoric effects. Dopamine is a neurotransmitter associated with pleasure, reward, and motivation. It plays a crucial role in how we experience enjoyment and satisfaction. When cocaine enters the brain, it blocks dopamine from being reabsorbed, leading to a buildup of this feel-good chemical in the synapse, the space between brain cells. This accumulation of dopamine amplifies the signals of pleasure and reward. This surge in dopamine creates feelings of euphoria, increased energy, and heightened alertness. Users often feel an intense rush of happiness and confidence. However, this surge is short-lived, leading to a crash characterized by feelings of anxiety, restlessness, and a strong craving for more cocaine. The brain's reward system becomes disrupted, making it difficult to feel pleasure from everyday activities. LSD, a hallucinogen, primarily affects serotonin receptors in the brain, particularly those involved in sensory perception, mood regulation, and cognition. This interaction leads to profound changes in how we perceive the world around us. LSD's interaction with these receptors leads to profound alterations in consciousness, including visual and auditory hallucinations, distorted perceptions of time and reality, and a blending of senses known as synesthesia. Users might see sounds or hear colors, creating a surreal experience. The unpredictable nature of LSD's effect stems from its complex interaction with various serotonin receptor subtypes throughout the brain. This complexity makes each LSD experience unique and difficult to predict. MDMA, also known as ecstasy, is both a stimulant and a psychedelic. It is often used in social settings like parties and raves due to its ability to enhance social connections and sensory experiences. It primarily affects serotonin, dopamine, and norepinephrine systems in the brain. These neurotransmitters play key roles in regulating mood, energy levels, and emotional responses. MDMA triggers the release of these neurotransmitters, leading to feelings of euphoria, empathy, and heightened sensory experiences. Users often feel a deep sense of connection with others and an enhanced appreciation for music and touch. The release of serotonin is particularly pronounced, which contributes to MDMA's characteristic effects of emotional openness and a sense of connection with others. This can lead to profound emotional experiences and a temporary sense of well-being. However, this surge in serotonin can also lead to a depletion of this neurotransmitter, contributing to the often reported come-down characterized by fatigue, depression, and irritability. The brain needs time to replenish its serotonin levels, leading to a temporary period of low mood. Heroin, an opioid, binds to opioid receptors in the brain, mimicking the effects of naturally occurring endorphins, which are involved in pain relief, pleasure, and relaxation. This powerful interaction can lead to intense feelings of euphoria and well-being. When heroin binds to these receptors, it triggers a powerful release of dopamine in the brain's reward pathway, leading to intense feelings of euphoria and well-being. This rush of pleasure is often described as a high that users seek to replicate. However, heroin's effects extend beyond pleasure, as it also suppresses the central nervous system, leading to slowed breathing, decreased heart rate, and a sense of drowsiness. This suppression can be dangerous, especially in high doses. This combination of euphoria and sedation makes heroin highly addictive and potentially lethal, especially in cases of overdose. The risk of addiction and the potential for fatal respiratory depression make heroin one of the most dangerous drugs.